Now you keep on making welcome for party today. Hope's dead, research is dead. Hope's dead, research is dead. They put the news on it. They put the news on it. I might be out there.
And enough of this childish behaviour. Enough of this childish behaviour. Welcome everyone. My name is Matt Taylor. I'm from Brighton. And welcome to my living room. Welcome to my home. And most importantly, welcome to my story. My story is something I want to share with you over the next few weeks, months and even years. It's taken me 48 years to get here, and so I hope to be able to tell you my story within that time. This isn't a new thing for me. I'm quite familiar with talking to an audience. I've had an audience before on a number of YouTube channels, one in which I had over 1,500 subscribers. So, and of course, as an editor of Guerrilla Democracy News, which I hope some of you watching now has read and follow. I've been writing as the editor of Guerrilla Democracy News since about 2012. And it's something I'm very proud of, because as of now, it's broken through the 1 million mark and is being read by ever more people. And so I'm really happy for everyone who's tuning in at the moment. A big shout out to Tracy Davenport, who's taken the time to comment in the comment bar, which is really nice. I do love all comments, and it's great to know that I've got an audience out there. And of course, an audience, feel free to support me on patreon.com/MattTaylorTV, Great Britain, because that's what it's all about. And I want to, this series of videos I'm going to make over the next few weeks, months and years, is all about my story. And with my hand on my heart, I've done nothing to be ashamed of on this life, on this planet Earth, in this existence. And so it's with that courage in my heart that I've done nothing wrong, and that what I'm doing is good and for the benefit of everyone, that I now present myself to you, you know, like a little deer before the headlights, because ultimately I just want to entertain and make people laugh. The last thing I ever want to do is to cause harm, fear or alarm. I'm a truther, whatever you want to call it. Yes, thank you so much, Tracy Davenport, again, for taking the time to let me know there's 3 people watching. That's really great stuff, because like I said, having over the last 2 years, having been from a very successful level and recognised as one of the 4 top writers in the truth movement, I was recognised up there alongside Chris Bivvy, Brian Gerrish, Bill Maloney, and other big hitters, Brian Gerrish, Thomas Sheridan. So I definitely made a splash. I made a splash in AV5, 2014, as I remember. And so I've had an audience, and I'm confident that audience is out there and they remember what I did and what I still continue to do, and what I actually enjoy is something I want to do and make a living from. I want to be able to make a living from the content material I produce, and so it's always a blessing to be able to have access to this type of technology. So on TV, you caught me watching Gotham. So yeah, I've enjoyed watching Gotham. I like the comic books. I grew up on, of course, Judge Dredd. In a way, I view Judge Dredd as my father figure, because I grew up without a father, and just a mother with my brother and sister. And this is my story, and you can see this was up until I left the army. So I always knew this time was going to come, and I always knew at some point at this time in life I want to be able to write my story. And this story, so you know, I've done most of the work already, and this story is from me born up to when I left the army following my mother's death. So that, of course, that was just before I met Karina and going on to have and become a father myself. So, you know, this, I will be sharing this with you, because this is what the whole purpose of this is about now. I'm telling you my story, and of course, as Tracy Davenport has been so kind to comment in my comment section that you're a laughing stock, and that's exactly what the purpose of all this is. It's purely to entertain, okay, and that's all I plan to do, and that's all what I like to think I've done. Oh my God, I'm just watching Gotham now in the background, and Jalal, whatever his name is. But that's exactly what I want to achieve, Tracy. And please, if you can become a patron of mine, and you can become. I'll stop. Tracy, you can become either a casual supporter, a moderate supporter, a committed supporter, or even a super supporter. And with your support via Patreon, you can assure I will continue to be a laughing stock, because that's exactly what I want to achieve in life. I want to make copious amounts of money, so much money that I've got cash spare in abundance, so I can do good around the world with the copious amounts of abundant money that comes my way. And of course, a part of that plan to become multi-billionaire is to sell my content. And as you can see on the screen around you, I'm selling you my books. I've written a number of books, and I've produced a number of shows. And with your money, with your support via Patreon, I can continue to deliver content which I know there's an audience for, because I've built up an audience once before, and I'm confident of being able to build up an audience again. But what I'm going to do, my change of strategy this time, is to be more aggressive in telling you that I'm not going to do this all by myself. You know, you need to support me via Patreon. You do. I've done good work alongside a lot of people in my peers, and this is something I really want to do. I want to name the people who've helped me on this journey up until thus far. And so at the moment, the people I'm really kind of into and people who inspire me is Andy Devine. I think he's doing a fantastic job. Kaylee Freeman, and she's doing a really, they're inspirational people who are leading by example. And of course, I've got a history as a military policeman, and that was our motto for our corps: lead by example. And that's a value I pass on to all my friends, family, and loved ones. That motto of leading by example. And I think this is what Andy Devine and Kaylee Freeman is doing. They're inspirations to the truth movement. And this is followed and alongside John Patterson, Angie Power, Disney. Of course, we saw all three of them on a on a recording. And of course, and that's something which I'm really excited about with the technology we've got at the moment. All of us who are doing this now, this is the cutting edge. I mean, ultimately, we've always been in a chat room, isn't it?
I can't make a joke.
I mean,
that's what that was?
But this is just chat room.
Why don't you go put that bow on?
5G. And so I'm really excited about being able to use this technology and taking advantage of the directness I have now. Because, hey, look, I'm on TV and I'm sitting on my sofa in my living room. And it's it's brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And of course, this is all for entertainment purposes. And I want to be able to entertain. And it's within that in mind.
What's wrong?
It's with that in mind. Let's have a little kind of inspirational message from Andy Devine.
God bless. Remember, folks, just keep smiling. We don't do.
Oh,
No anger.
Hang on. You got to see it to believe it. Here we go.
You know what we've got planned. Other things are just gonna have to wait.
God bless. Remember, folks, just keep smiling. We don't do. There's no anger. There's no honesty. I mean, no malice. I mean, nothing here. I just want people to wake up and smell the coffee. I want you to realise the truth of what it really is. And if those people had facts, you would have seen them. But like I say, still from the 17th of December. And then you've got somebody, if you just look at, well, there's a dark side. There's a battle we're having. And that's between the light and dark. And let's shine. Let's all you good people out there shine. Yeah? God bless you. Bye-bye for now.
All right, so it's all good, looking good. Freedom, yay! I'll catch you guys later, eh? I'll have my dinner first and I can have a chat to you afterwards. I've been dreaming about this all last night. Pork chop, yay! Come on, Muslims, watch me have my dinner. Bye. See you shortly. Today's Monday's the 12th of August 2019. Was my birthday. 8. Okay, bye.
Well, there you go. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed making it.
Imagine making 240.
Yeah, and absolutely. I imagine making, look, just what this, I'll just share with you this guy here, look. I imagine making that much money per minute. Yes, I do imagine making $246,588 per minute. 14 million per hour. And that's what I envisage. Money coming to me in abundance. And there you go. I don't know what else I can say about that, really. I'm happy to work for it. I'm happy to to tell you my story and entertain you, make you laugh any way I can. Why not? I love having fun sharing stories. Don't you? I'm getting you ready. I'm getting you ready. Party political broadcast on behalf of the King William IV Party. Let's put it in there. Here we go, ladies and gents. Enjoy. Yes, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. Of course, I've been involved with John Wanoa since about 2014, I think, as I remember. Yes, indeed, and I continue. I continue to be. I continue to be, you know, a follower of John, and a big supporter. So yeah, and well, we're starting a new Gotham on. I should really concentrate on one or the other, shouldn't I? So do what I'm going to do. I'm going to concentrate on this totally, okay? So I think it's important that if you're going to give the attention, give the max attention. And of course, I want to give you, my supporters, my future patrons, my full and undivided attention. Because I have got a lot to say. I've got a lot to tell, and the purpose of it is to tell you my story. And more of a fitting subject than any, you just saw my little promotional video on behalf of the UK Moa King William IV Party, how we mentioned how John Wanoa has sacked the Queen in his capacity as a surrogate King William IV monarch. It's all a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? It's only because I've been following this stuff since 2014 when I first became aware of John Wanoa. He heard of me. He was mentioning me on his videos. Somebody made me aware of it, and then we became friends ever since. I still haven't met the man, which is quite a shame. But we work closely together. And so as a part of the Moai Management Board, I've got a vested interest, and it's something, it ties in with my interest in free energy. Because tidal energy is the future, is the energy of the future, and alongside many alternatives. But I just wanted to say, within that, within that promotional video, we speak about the Queen, and so that's a subject I may as well talk about now. But over to the Mystic Matt. Oh, sorry, Mystic Matt. So we're just reading the comments, and I just want to say thank you to Mystic Matt for taking the time to leave a reply. And please, I just want to make you aware that I'm now on patreon.com/MattTaylorTV. Stands for Great Britain. And so you can become a patron of mine. You can become a casual supporter, a committed reporter, a moderate supporter, or even a super supporter. And you can donate your hard-earned cash to me, which allows me to continue to deliver this type of content, and it will allow me to improve the delivery of the content. And of course, as the editor of Guerrilla Democracy News and Mr. X Investigations, this is important citizen journalism in action. And so I think it's important that I get support from the community that I've done so much for. I can't do this all by myself, and none of us can. I was naming people before the. Of course, I want to talk about the Queen. Before I do get onto the Queen and just what the general state of disaster the monarchy is at the moment, isn't it? I mean, crikey, it's the monarchy's in absolute crisis at the moment, and that's something I really want to talk about. But before I do, I want to carry on my lists. You know, I want to name the people who I think are just doing great work at the moment and who are an inspiration to me. And I'm on my sofa. I'm in my own territory. I'm on my turf. You know, I'm the boss, and I really want these videos over the next coming weeks, months, or even years, not only to be about my story, but to really showcase myself as a TV presenter, because that's what I want to do. You know, look at me. I've got a dream come true. I'm on the TV now, and this is my TV channel. You know, this is the raw truth. Okay, and there's hidden meanings in that raw truth, and let's see if anyone can work it out. Yeah, because everything I do, I want to kind of cross that it's done on purpose. It's done with intent, and it's done with the intent to make you laugh and entertain you, because that's purely what this is all about. This is in no way meant to cause anyone alarm, fear, or distress. That is the last thing I want anyone to feel when they watch Matt Taylor TV, a raw truth. Report on the news, the mainstream dare not report. You've heard that before, haven't you? I've done great work with my Guerrilla Democracy News, thank you. Look, and we want to have a big thank you to Elementary Penguin, who's taken the time to comment. Matt's right in fairy tales now, yes. And I'll tell you now, Elementary Penguin, this is a story I want to write in conjunction with Peter James. He's, of course, as you know, he's the famous crime writer who writes a lot about Sussex Police, and Roy Grace, the police officer, superintendent detective, is whatever the rank is. I'm through this hugely successful Roy Grace book series, and it's something collaboration with him, and it's going to be called Legends, and it's going to be based on the sirens. And of course, we all know that sirens are the cousins to the mermaids, and of course I need Peter James involved, because within the sirens, and it's the Legends, that's going to be the name of my TV series, which I'm going to write with Peter James. It's going to be called Legends, and it'll be based on the three beautiful sisters who run the Legends gay club, which is on the Brighton seafront, and of course that's where it will be filmed. You see, honestly, it'll be one of the most. It'll be a fantastic fantastic nationwide success, Legends. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to become so immensely rich and successful, because I'm going to be launching these projects in collaboration with some wonderfully talented people. And so this collaboration with Peter James, which I'm talking about, will be called Legends. Let's see if I can, because I've done, see, that was so frustrating having all my YouTube videos taken down, because I made so many. I've done this little promotional video about the Legends, but of course it's gone, because I've had so many on my YouTube channels taken down unfairly, which I believe. So that's a shame. But essentially, Legends will be set in the Legends nightclub, which is in Brighton, in the Kemp Town area. And it will tell the story of 3 sirens. Now, sirens are the fairy tales which Elementary Penguin has just alluded to. He said Matt's writing fairy tales now. I am funny enough, Elementary Penguin, because I'm writing about the Legends. And of course, it's a TV series which I'm writing in collaboration with Peter James, if I haven't mentioned all before. And so, sirens are the cousins to mermaids, and in Brighton we have a siren living in Palace Pier, West Pier, and Worthing. And of course, we all know the Legends of the sirens. They also turn into starlings, and this is evident because in Brighton, as you know, because I believe you live in Brighton, don't you, Elemental Penguin? Up by Buckingham Road, Buckingham Street area in Brighton. I think you do live in. I think you do, yeah. So and so you'll be familiar with West Pier and the Starlings, and also you as a Brightonian. Well, maybe not Brightonian. I think you're born in Brighton, weren't you? I think you're you just live here. Sorry, I'm so relaxed. But what we're trying to say. So you would know about the body count. Yeah, you know all about body counts, but the body counts of the people who are lured to the deathly depths and shallows of Brighton Beach, because we know sirens attract drunken men with their beautiful lullabies of lust and desire. And of course, they're so beautiful that they lure in the drunken fools, either to jump off Palace Pier or to walk enthusiastically into the cold, dangerous shallows of Brighton Beach. And of course, in this Legends, if sirens are real, then of course werewolves will have to be real, wouldn't they? Vampires will have to be real. So all that has to come in. And who better to collaborate on a story like that than, of course, Peter James? Because Roy Grace will have to get involved with the Legends TV show, because you got it. The body count will be so high. So we go back to the messages. Elemental Penguin, thank you ever so much for commenting. It really means a lot. And remember, you can always support me at patreon.com/MattTaylorTV, standing for Great Britain. And you can support me as either, let me just get it up on the show. And you can support me as either a casual, let me just log out of it so you can see, so I can see what you will see when you turn up there. So here we go, and thank you ever so much for everyone, and I will get back to your message. Elemental Penguin, it means a lot that you've taken the time to ask me a question. And so, like I said, you can support me on Patreon. Here it is. Because I'm ultimately here to entertain. That's all I want to do. Okay? All I want to do is entertain you. And you can support me as either a casual supporter, a moderate supporter, a committed supporter, or a super supporter. And you'll get free gifts. For a £5 tier, you'll get my 69 booklet, the SOS Party Manifesto. For a £10 more donation per month, $10 I mean, I'll send you my debut sci-fi novel, The Golden Cube. It is a free ebook downloads, I mentioned to add. As a committed supporter of £50 or more per month, you'll get part 1, 2 and 3 of Gorillas and Roxy News. At the moment there's 6 parts available, but you'll be getting parts 1, 2 and 3. And of course, £5 you just get the manifesto. With this, you'll get the manifesto with that. So, and with this, you'll get the Golden Cube and the manifesto. So you'll get all books. And eventually, as a super supporter, supporting me very generously and with commitment of over either $100 or more per month, you'll get all my books. And of course, I'll be adding to this in due course. As you can see on my page, let's give it a shot. No, we'll come back to that. But as you can see, there's Mr. X discussing the New Zealand Christchurch shooting. That's a very, very controversial piece of journalism, which ultimately got my original YouTube channel taken down. I know there's certain people from the Hoxted research community, I believe. I hope I said that correctly. Maybe the Hoxted. The Hoxted research community, I think they call it. I know certain people within that group allude to taking my first YouTube channel, but I think it was more down to the New Zealand government taking that down, because I was discussing Elliot Dawson and the second shooter, of the New Zealand shooter. But the Hoxted, I think it's pronounced, the Hoxted research community were definitely responsible for getting my second YouTube channel taken down. So as you know, I'm the only person other than Monica Escobar who's doing a wonderful job in the King Arthur I and II Facebook groups, which you can all join. She's doing a wonderful job, and as of course a few more researchers pushing the true story of King Arthur. And so only by supporting me as either a casual, moderate, committed or super supporter will I be able to continue reminding you all of our greatest king, King Arthur II. So as you can see, there's some material which is public, but all the rest is locked, and that's content just for you. This is content which hasn't been released. This is Matt Taylor going to jail. This is my vlog, video diary, the day before my date with Destiny on the 28th of October 2018, I believe. No one's heard this, but you will by becoming a patron. I mean, we investigate Greg Hallett's open letter to Queen Elizabeth II. Major explosive allegations being talked about in there. You hear all about it by becoming a patron. Okay? And so please, I can't do this all by myself. And I want to share the burden with you, my supporters. And ultimately, in this day and age in which we live in numbers, you just got to send me the numbers. So what we'll do this, we'll play, let's see if we can, there we go. Let's have a little play of this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you especially to the Hoaxhead community for writing so much about me and making me such a well-known personality in the truth movement. I mean, I did a lot of work in the AV5. That was when I really splashed onto the scene, clashing with Ian R. Crane and Brian Gerrish. Also clashed with Patrick Hennison and, yeah, Thomas Sheridan. He's gone through, hasn't he? He's had a bit of a nervous breakdown recently, hasn't he? Thomas Sheridan. Does anyone know about Thomas Sheridan? Has anybody got any info to share about Thomas Sheridan? I'd love to know. Oh, look, before we go to Thomas Sheridan, remember, we've got a load to discuss about the Queen. Let's go back on the comments, and I just want to say thank you for everyone, especially Elemental Penguin, for taking the time to comment. And please, to ensure that I can continue to be a laughing stock and continue to entertain you, please become a patron. Become a patron. Patreon. However you want to put the E or the R. Patron, please do so. Okay. Yeah, now, this is interesting. I mentioned Penguin. I understand. Let me just read I understand that you're bringing up the... thank you ever so much for that, for commenting on my haircut. This is something I've done in the bath today, isn't it? I just love, I mean, really, it sounds terrible, but it's true. And I've got nothing to be sorry about. But the back of my head feels like a baby's bottom. You know, it's just so smooth. Yes. And I remember I said to my son, I think the day or the day before, I said, yes, I remember your baby bottom. And she was like, what? I said, yeah, I had to clean it enough, kid. You know what I mean? I'm actually a really good dad. Yeah, I'm proud to say so. My ex-partner, Karina, she thinks I'm a great dad, and my kids think I'm a great dad. And I'm really chuffed about that because I never had a dad. And so I had nothing to judge myself by, or no behaviour to be influenced by. Of course, like I think I've mentioned already, that father figure for me were the likes of Judge Dredd and Batman. And so I'm really chuffed. I've got a great relationship with my kids. no more, because I certainly don't want to hear. But I do really appreciate everyone's taken the time to comment tonight. And we've had so far, I don't know, we've just had like 3 or 4. We've had Tracy Davenport, thank you ever so much. We had Mystic Matt, that's wonderful. Elementary Penguin, I've heard your name many times before. So it's always, and then this German, Tiendemina. But of course I recognise your name as well. And thank you ever so much for the haircut. I done it myself. I hope you like it. So back to Elemental Penguin, who's taken the time. And please, you can support me by becoming a patron and becoming a casual or a moderate, committed, or even a super supporter. And for every gesture of support you make, I've got a free gift to give to you in return. Books and content which you won't see anywhere else. And your support allows me to continue to work in my capacity as the editor of Guerrilla Democracy News, reporting the news that the mainstream media dare not report. And of course continuing my work with the Mr. X investigations. There's a lot of corruption, police corruption in Sussex, and Mr. X investigations is getting to the bottom of that. As you can see, you can go to my blog. Yeah, you'll see the name of it somewhere on the screen, no doubt. Mr. X investigations. There you go. .home.blog, and you'll see the work I've done on the Katrina Taylor 1996 murder cover-up. So I'm doing important work that deserves to be supported. And quite frankly, okay, be honest, because this is what it's all about, being honest. I've done enough by myself, and it's only fair that you support me now, okay? It's fair. It's fair, and you know it is. You know it is, okay? So if you can throw over the numbers, please do so. It's I'm not asking it for nothing. I've got loads of products I can give to you. I've got books waiting here. I've got content. And ultimately, it's just I want to entertain you, and this is purely what I want to do. So with all this in mind, thank you, Elemental Penguin. I hate to say it. TN? Oh, right, TN. So we'll do that. It's as if you're talking to yourself in some ways, isn't it? Do you ever feel that yourself, TN, Elemental Penguin? Do you ever feel as if you're talking to yourself? I hate to say it, TN, but the bald look kind of suits him. Oh, thank you. He reminds me of Marlon Brando in the Popular Clips now, and it's just as crazy. That's a great compliment, and something I'll go to bed smiling about tonight when I look over on the day. Wasn't that a Popular Clips now? It's such an awesome movie. Awesome movie. It was like a real defining, wasn't it, of my childhood. I can smell the scent of napalm in the morning. Yeah, brilliant. No, please, and Elementary Penguin, please don't hate to say anything. Feel free to say things. Feel love to say things. I would consider supporting you, but I can't. Hey, I'm TN. I say this. This is something I learned in the army. Can't means won't, and won't means jail. And so, whenever my kids say the word can't, I say, hey, you're swearing. And so I've tried to eliminate the word can't from my vocabulary, because I think it's such a limiting and negative and destructive word and energy force. You know what I mean? Because Andy Devine talks about the energy of words. And many people do. And that's something I really allude to as well. I really synchronise, with. Because aren't you quite new age? I thought you were. I don't know. So don't hate to say anything. Don't hate to say anything. I know, and of course you can. Don't say you can't. That's a rude word. That's a rude word. Hey, TN, no can't around here. Thank you very much. That's a rude word. Of course you can. Of course you can support me. I understand you make lots of money.
Thank you.
some money my way. You can keep your short... throw some money my way. You can keep your short change and bung me over your life savings. That's one with zip clips in mind. Of course, you can. Anyone who is considered support to me can support me. There's no can't in this. Can't's a rude word. I tell my kids off for saying it. So if you are considering supporting me, go ahead and support me. Look, even if it's a moderate supporter, okay, that's £5 a month, and that enables me to continue to be a laughing stock and to continue my work at Guerrilla Democracy News, continue to investigate police corruption in Sussex with Mr. X investigations. So if you're considering it, that's a good start. Please go ahead and become a supporter, because it's something I really need help with. Okay, while I say I really need help with, we'll play a little something, shall we? And I'll promise we've yet to talk about the Queen, okay, and we've also yet to talk about something else. I don't know what it is. So what was I going to? This was what I was going to play a little ditty. Okay, about the Queen, and then I'm back to the comments. Really want to say a big thank you for everyone, especially Elemental Penguin, for taking the time to write me so many comments. It's really kind of you. So, but before we do, let's have a little tune.
My name is MattTaylor, and I need help. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you indeed. I do need help. We all need help. It's a problem shared is a problem halved, isn't it? So back to the I hope you're having fun, everyone. I hope you're entertained. Like I said, I'm building my audience up again, and this is what I want to do, and please have a look around at all the links I've left on the screen. And so, of course, if you consider and support me, please go ahead and do so. Old family tradition here in Germany, we do not do business with criminals. Okay. Well, okay, that's fine. Good advice. I imagine that's not just a family tradition in Germany. I imagine it's all over the place. Good. No one in his right mind will give a penny. Oh, come on. Let's have some positivity. I'm sure I have had donations in the past, and I'm really grateful for the people who've donated. And I hope people will donate in the future. So, Matt, Alan Coley, thoughts? Okay, yeah. So you're asking me to answer your question. I don't. To be honest, and I am going to be totally honest, Elemental Penguin, I don't want to talk. So TN says at EP. It's evident, yeah, so do you ever get a sense of talking to yourself? I don't know. Look up the video diaries of Ricardo Lopez. Yes, that was my first thought when I saw him with that haircut. Yeah, I hope he seeks professional help before he gets that far. Of course. Yeah, but TN is talking about a Ricardo Lopez, and he was a pest control worker out in Hollywood in Florida, and he sent a letter bomb to Bjork, the musician, but of course he killed himself live on camera, and he shares very similar features to me, you could say. But mind you, who doesn't look familiar with me? I know Barry from EastEnders looks familiar. Ricardo Lopez is another person. So look, EP, so that's good. Well, at least we can just do the initials now, can't we? TN. So EP, being called boring by Matt Taylor must be like being called smelly by by skunk. See, look, and it's good. And I really do, and this is exactly why I appreciate your involvement, EP. This is a good joke. Being called boring by Matt Taylor must be like being called smelly by a skunk. It's good. I've got to get my delivery right though, EP. Man goes in a pub, he says. Being called boring by Matt Taylor is like being called smelly from a skunk. Good one. Thank you. So, you're funny, EP. Even funny. Yeah. Oh, yes. We all need help. We all need help, don't we?
My name is MattTaylor and I need help. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you.
Become a patron. Become a moderate, casual, a committed, or even a super patron, and ensure that I can carry on making a laughing stock out of myself and entertaining you. But most importantly, continue my work as the editor of Guerrilla Democracy News, reports in the news the mainstream media will then report, and also highlighting the corruption in Sussex Police with Mr. X investigations. So this is, I just want to illustrate to you that your support as a patron will not go to waste. Okay, it will not go to waste. So look, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is something I want to do more often. Looking how long have I been on? How long have it? Anyone know how long I've been on? Because it feels like I've been on long enough. But what we'll do, we'll get through the comments. I just want to say a big thank you for everyone who has commented. Yep, I've really enjoyed it. Oh, we've done an hour and 2 minutes. So we'll just finish off the comments and then we'll wrap it up. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has tuned in tonight. I know we've hit the 6 concurrent viewers, and that's really great news. I just want a big shout out to all the people who have taken the time to comment. Elemental Penguin, TN, Mystic Matt, and oh look, we got Morsey Moors. You asking for money, geezer? I'm asking for Patreon support, Morsey Moors. I've got a lot to offer in return. Please allow me to go there now and I'll show you. I've got a lot to offer in return. As I'll get it all queued up for you, sir. There we go. There we go. As a casual supporter, $5 or more per month, I'm happy to send you a free ebook SOS Party Manifesto booklet with 69 pages. For $10 or more per month, you'll get the manifesto and my debut novel, Golden Cube. As a committed supporter of $50 or more per month, you'll get the SOS Party Manifesto, the Golden Cube, and parts 1 to 3 of Guerrilla Democracy News, of course. Go super with $100 or more per month. You'll get all my books plus Taylor Tales from the Heart Collection of stories, and you'll have total access to the material that has not been seen in public before, and it's all legal, I may add. There's no age restrictions. There's no pornography or anything illegal within this content. It is just content which is cutting edge and which is for you, my patrons, because what I'm doing here is I'm making a community, okay? And I want to make a community with you. Yes, indeed. So asking for money, asking for support. I've got a lot to give in return. So yes, thank you ever so much for asking. Back to, we're speaking German. That's something I'm not particularly familiar with. Let me just put it back on me. There we go. Back on TV. Okay, thanks ever so much for all the comments. I'm going to dive in now because it's really interesting what you're saying. And I just want to thank you ever so much for taking the time to do so. You've certainly done a lot of comments. I just want to say thanks ever so much for doing so. So here I think we were. EP, Elemental Penguin, we'll just call you EP if that's how. Being called boring by Matt Taylor must be called like being called smelly by a skunk. That's a brilliant joke. I really appreciate that. Yeah. We all need help, and I definitely need help as well. Because I'm not doing this by myself. I've done enough, okay? And I've put my neck on the firing line, and I've done it, okay? So, message being retracted. Okay, that's fine. And calling this sorry display of mental illness a show is like calling a fart a symphony. TN. You've got the same humour as EP. It's brilliant. I may have to kind of throw that one away because it's a bit crap actually. Well, I think this display of mental illness, well, mental illness is one as a comedy genius to another. And you're just like, just shut up. Just shut up. This is meant to entertain, okay? This is meant to entertain. Nothing else. So, being called, yeah. No. Oh, yeah. That's, hey, listen, elementary, my dear Watson. It's just that I've had a speech impediment because growing up was quite a traumatic experience for me. My sister was abused by my mother's boyfriends, and luckily, while I escaped physical, sexual abuse, the hardships of growing up in abject poverty have left its scars. But it's something I'm overcoming now. What I'm doing now is a part of overcoming the limiting beliefs I've had like mostly all my life about the abject poverty I was born into. So that's something I'm addressing, and this is something by telling you my story right from the start and telling you about my mother and the challenges my mother had. Okay, and I'm going to reveal it all, and this is all part of the process. So, and I think the speech impediment came from that, actually, the shame. I don't have shame now, but I think going through my teenage years, I did have shame about the levels of poverty I grew up under. And so I think that was the foundations for my speech impediment. Elemental Penguin, you can threaten me as much as you like, Matt, but it won't work. I'm not the person you think I am. Yeah, Elemental Penguin, I don't understand What are you getting so like about? I'm not threatening you, mate. I'm not threatening you. This is not the. This is meant to entertain. Ding ding bong, just like that. Really, I don't want to talk about that. You know, so you put that to bed, right? Because I'm telling you from my heart, mate, that is, honestly, it's just like, I talk enough about it in the private groups, you know what I mean? I really, honestly, and anyway, it's dangerous, don't you know? He's a protected witness, do you know that? So you're actually goading me to say a protected witness. And you know what's Britain's run by a satanic elite. And that's what they say in the truth movement. I'm a truther, you know. I've been doing this. I've been in Guerrilla Democracy News. I've been doing it, mate. You know, but you have read Guerrilla Democracy News, haven't you? So you do know what I'm about, yeah? You do know the work I've done in the truth community. You do know about me, don't you? Yeah? And you do know I deserve to have support, don't you? Yeah. Come on here, which I really am grateful about. I really am grateful. I love you taking the time. You're a major contributor to my comments, and it's really lovely. Thanks ever so much. So I'm not threatening you, and I don't care if you're the person. Look, Elementary Penguin EP. You can reveal your true identity, or you can just stay behind that. It's no skin off my nose. Matt, maybe you should rethink your business model. I might pay if you stop. Yeah, that's a nice one. You are funny, TN. You are funny. I'm so nicking your jokes, I tell you. I've rethought my business model. You got to pay me to shut up. It's brilliant. Back to EP. Thank you ever so much for commenting. Remember, you can support me as becoming a Patreon. Either become a casual supporter. Go on, give me £1 a month. £12 a year, nothing. Either then, why don't you think of becoming a moderate supporter? £5 a month. I'll throw in a book, a couple of free books. I'll make sure I supply you with newsletters. I'll make sure I supply you with cutting edge new comedy, and all meant to entertain. And ultimately it's thought provoking. You know what I mean? And it allows me to continue my work as Guerrilla Democracy News editor. Blah blah blah. So you can become a casual supporter, a moderate supporter, become a committed supporter. If you've got the money, become a super supporter. Really appreciate it. With your super support, I'll have enough money to approach Hollywood then and get the King Arthur movie. I've already identified. I'll tell you who I've identified, right? I'll get it up on my screen while I'm talking. It's a guy. It's Best Friends. You'll never know who Best Friends who I'm identifying as a suitable producer for King Arthur the 2 movie. Talk amongst yourself. Talk amongst yourself. Talk amongst yourself. Talk amongst yourself. It's Arthur. It's Arthur somebody. Arthur Landon? Arthur Landon. Does that mean anything to anyone? No? Let me just show you. I'll get out the way. Does that guy mean anything to you? Arthur Landon? No. He's best friends with Prince Harry. And he's a very, very, very rich young man. And he makes movies. So with your support, perhaps I don't even need to go to Hollywood. We can make King Arthur, the War King, the true story here in the UK. Even and with his millions and the millions I hope to make from all this, we can go ahead and make that film studios up in Mulscoombe. Okay, back to the comments. Element EP again. It'll be fun reporting this video once it's processed. Except of course, now that I've said that, Matt will panic and take it down like he always does. Cluck cluck. Oh, that's not nice. EP. Elementary Penguin, why do you say that? It'll be fun reporting this video once it's processed. Except, of course, now I've said that, Matt will panic and take it down like he always does. Cluck, cluck. Well, it's not so much I will panic. This won't go out to the general public. This will be a Patreon video. So once this finishes, it'll go on to private, and I'll upload it to just for my patrons. So you don't have to worry about reporting it. And honestly, Elementary Penguin, I'm not threatening you, or not saying anything about you. Okay, so please, I don't know what your gripe is. Talking about shame, what about your convictions? My convictions, okay, is just about doing the best in society and being the best you can and fulfilling your potential and going to God and saying, I've done all I can with the talent and the skills you gave me at birth. So that's my conviction. My conviction is to do good in the world and to save life when I can and to lead by example. Those are my kind of convictions. Thanks ever so much for asking, TN. Does Matt not get that by giving out Dad's address, he's also endangering his children, or maybe just doesn't? What address? What address? My address? Or I haven't given out anybody's address. What you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying. You talking about Buckingham Road, or I'm near Brighton? That's where my family comes from. I thought that was where you... I don't understand what you're saying, Elementary Penguin, so we'll just move on. You've been reported to Sussex Police again, Matt. Loads of your recent videos have been passed on. Your arrest is imminent. Oh my God. That's shocking, isn't it? Yeah, look. This is what Elementary Penguin said. You've been reported to Sussex Police again, Matt. Lots of your recent videos have been passed on. Your arrest is imminent. Wow, okay. Whew. God, I didn't realise being in the entertainment business was so dangerous. Ooh, God, it's really, really interesting, isn't it? So, honestly, this is amazing. I only came on here just to tell you and it's just, wow, the comments is fantastic. Here we go. So you've been reported to Sussex Police again. Wow. Matt, loads of your recent videos have been passed on. Wow. Wow. Your arrest is imminent. Ooh. Shit, mate. I wasn't expecting to read that on my entertainment show. TN, Matt, you deserve all that. Oh, okay. I deserve loads of things. I deserve wealth in abundance, and I get that. I've got lots of happiness in my life. I'm a father to. Okay, it's I'm sorry, but it's a shame because it's taking a bit of a dark turn, hasn't it? As if there's Voldemort in the room or something. You know what I mean? As if there's a blanket of dark black magic is just like come over it. You know, it's funny. The dumbest part is that you keep naming the dad in the same video, so admitting it was illegal for you to do so, so incriminating. So really, I don't... Yeah, thank you. Look at the flag. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so wonderful. I just want to say thank you for all the messages. Just then, the Elementary Penguin, his comments were getting a bit too abusive there and a bit too threatening. So what we've done with him, we're just going to move on to other comments of a more of a positive nature. And so I just really want to say a big thank you to everyone who's taken the time to contribute today. Okay, thank you ever so much for all the people who have supported me over the years, because I've been doing this since 2014, the editor of Guerrilla Democracy News, and it's something I really want to do again, and I will be coming back, everyone. So hopefully we don't have to talk about anything other than my story, because this is ultimately what this is all about. Okay, this channel is about me, Matt Taylor, and my story. It isn't about anything else. I've worked hard to get to my position where I am now. I've worked hard to become a popular figure within the truth movement. I've worked hard to get over 1 million hits on Guerrilla Democracy News. And I worked hard to get over, that 1,500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And even now, when I think I got 9 subscribers on this channel, my 3rd incarnation. So I appreciate how important getting subscribers is, and what a difficult task it is. And it was a bit, it does kind of like trigger me when people talk about reporting my channel to YouTube, because there's no need, honestly. There's nothing here you'll find is malicious in any way, because I don't intend anything to be malicious or alarming or distressing to anyone. This new format is purely about myself, and a medium in which I can share my story about my childhood, because there's things happen in my childhood that I'm about to tell you all, and it's about my mother, basically. But we're going to close it on today now. I've been rabbling it on for over 1 hour and 21. Thanks ever so much for commenting. I'm sorry I can't answer everyone's comments, but I just want to say a big thank you for everyone who did say hi. Of course, while we're here, before we go, what do you make of the news? Eh? So, look, I'll go. It's been fun. Don't report it, silly billies. What you like? What do you like? Don't reporting me. I done nothing wrong, you little gitoids. Don't report me. Ooh.
Prime Minister facing claims of a coup after getting the Queen's agreement to suspend.
Queen's in it. Right. We're going to finish talking about the Queen, aren't we? So let's do this quickly. What the hell is going on with the Queen? Do you know, I'll come back to this. We'll start off my next going live with Matt Taylor talking about the Queen, okay? Because the Queen's right in the middle of all this, and it ties in wonderfully what John Winoa is doing, okay? So look, thanks everyone for tuning in. This is going to go up on my Patreon. It won't be available for public display. This is between you and me. Between me and you supporting me, okay? Thanks ever so much for everyone who took the time to contribute. And what we'll do, we'll sail it out on a King Arthur story, because it's always good to have a bit of history, isn't it? So, and remember our greatest king, King Arthur II, born Christmas Day, 503 AD. Okay, but what the situation is that basically King Arthur is not, I repeat, King Arthur is not available. So here we go.
Hello, darlings, it's Joanne Solis here. I just want to say I'll be ringing up New Zealand again tomorrow.